Hi, fourth grade social studies students. As you are reading along and listening to the following pages from our social studies textbook about the United States economy, please be sure you are looking at the pictures, the highlighted words, reading the captions, and looking at all of the graphs and diagrams. This will help you get a picture in your head of what we're talking about. On this page, we have the Quizlet link for vocabulary words. There are also 3 different types of industries we're going to be talking about. One is the service industry, one is the manufacturing industry, and one is the agriculture industry. And if you take the beginning letter of each one, S, A, M, you can remember those 3 types of industries by using the letter SAM, S-A-M, the service industry, the agriculture industry, and the manufacturing industry. We also know that the service industry includes people who cut hair, who do nails, plumbers, teachers, firemen, police officers, construction workers, anyone who provides a service. This also includes hotel workers, grocery store clerks, anybody that you might see on vacation, a restaurant worker. These people are in the service industry. Now, when it comes to manufacturing, we very often think of assembly lines, factories. So here's just an image of a car making plant, car producing plant. They manufacture or make things. And remember, manufacture, make, they both begin with the letter M. And then last but not least, we have the agriculture industry. This is farming and raising livestock. So on page 58 in your textbook, we're talking about the United States economy. You'll notice that on the left-hand side, there are words that are highlighted that are important for you to know in this particular section. They can also be found in your Quizlet link. So it starts off with, you are there. Every Saturday, you and your uncle shop for fresh foods at the farmer's market. How's business, Mrs. Eastman? Your uncle asks as he pays for a jar of honey. Great, she replies. The economy is booming. What's an economy? You ask your uncle. Well, he answers, the economy is all the producing, selling, and buying that people do. It's all the ways people use resources to meet their needs. And the caption above the picture says shopping. This worker and customer at a farmer's market are both part of our nation's economy because people are selling and people are buying in this particular picture. So now on page 59, we are talking about a free market economy. And we have a picture of a construction worker, and underneath it says building. Construction companies need workers, materials, and equipment to build houses. A free market economy. In the United States, the economic activities of people have little government control. This kind of economy is called a free market economy. It is also called a free enterprise economy. Here, in a free market economy, people can make, sell, and buy almost anything they want to. They can start almost any kind of business. The government does set some limits. For example, businesses are not allowed to sell certain dangerous products. Also, businesses must offer a safe workplace and they must limit the pollution they cause. So this following paragraph is very important and there's a lot of information in here. Factors of production. In a free market economy, people, not the government, own or manage the resources that businesses need. As you have learned, one kind of resource is natural resources. They include land, water, minerals, and fuels. Another kind of resource is capital resources, such as money, buildings, and equipment. The third kind of resource is human resources or workers. These 3 kinds of resources are called the factors of production. So underneath the factors of production, there are 3 kinds of resources. The first is natural resources, the second is capital resources, and the last are human resources. The types of natural resources there are include land, water, minerals, and fuel. Capital resources include money, buildings, and equipment. And lastly, human resources, probably the easiest to remember, are the workers in the business. On the next page, page 60, we're talking about how business works. Think of all the businesses that you know about. Hair salons, GameStop, Walmart, Stop and Shop. Some businesses, like the company that made your shoes, are very large. Others, like a neighborhood pet sitting business, may be small. As different as businesses are, they have a few basic things in common. Making a profit. The goal of most businesses is to make a profit. Even if it's a lemonade stand, you always want to make some money. Profit is the money that a business has left after it pays all its bills. If you owned a business, how would you try to make a profit? You would probably keep your costs as low as possible. You would try to choose the best price for your product and sell as much of it as you could. Supply and demand. In deciding how much you could charge, you would consider supply and demand. Supply is the amount of a product or a service that is available. Demand is the amount of a product or service that people want and are willing to pay for. So think about it. Is there a large supply of PlayStation 5s? No. But is the demand very high? Does everybody want one? Do a lot of people want them? Yes. So the supply is low and the demand is high. Imagine that you sell honey at a farmer's market. If you only have a little honey, a week supply, and many people want to buy it, a strong demand, you might charge $7 a jar. If many farmers are selling honey, a strong supply, and few people want to buy it, a weak demand, you might lower your price to $5. So down here we have a picture of a service worker, and it's a picture of a postal worker. And then agriculture, we have farmers. So these are just two more pictures to click in your brain to remember service and agriculture. Now we're on page 61, and we're talking about a diverse economy. And we know that diverse means different, many things. The United States is a large country with a varied geography and a diverse population. As a result, the United States also has a diverse economy, growing and producing items. In the past, agriculture or farming was the main economic activity in our country. Today, agriculture is still important, but it is a smaller part of the economy. As cities grew, manufacturing became a larger part of the economy. Manufacturing is the making of products. Most manufacturing is done in large factories. The United States is a leading producer or manufacturer of cars, steel, and many other products. Service industries. So there's a lot in here. We've already talked about several. Today, service industries make up the largest part of our economy. A service industry is a business in which people are paid to do things for other people. For example, a service worker might repair a customer's car or help someone open a bank account. About 4 out of every 5 workers in the United States now have jobs in service industries. They include nurses, doctors, store clerks, lawyers, caregivers, and plumbers. People who work for the government, such as public school teachers and police officers, have service jobs too. So we have a picture of a service industry, we have a healthcare worker, and then we also have a picture of manufacturing, making of bats. So, quick question, what are the 3 main industries in the economy of the United States? I'm going to remember SAM. S is for service, A is for agriculture, and M is for manufacturing. So now we're going to look at a global economy, and you'll be able to follow along on the graph 1, 2, 3, 4, following the arrows. A global economy. At a farmer's market, all the sellers and buyers are usually from one local area. They are part of a local economy. When people buy or sell products made in other countries, they become part of the global economy. The world's market. The global economy is the world's market in which people and businesses from different countries buy and sell products and services. In a global economy, countries all around the world depend on each other for goods and services. An automobile is a good example of how the global economy works. Automobile manufacturers need many different materials and parts to produce automobiles. The steel for an automobile body may come from the United States or China. The glass for its windows may be produced in Mexico. The CD player may be made in Japan. Leather for the seats may be shipped from Argentina. The factory that assembles all these materials and parts may be in the United States or another country. Although the factory may be in the United States, it may be owned by a company in another country. And then lastly, global workers, global buyers. Workers are also part of the global economy. For example, a company in the United States may hire workers in India to write software for its computers. A company in China may hire Americans to translate product instructions into English. People even travel to different parts of the world to buy services. For example, many people from other countries come to the United States to go to college. The global economy provides more opportunities for American businesses and buyers. American products and services can find new customers in other countries. The products and services of other countries offer more choices for American buyers. So, helpful studying tips. Be sure to read the text. Be sure to read and review your vocabulary terms. Be sure to put pictures, graphics, and images together with important information. Have a great day, fourth graders.